it goes all the way to about $2,000. That's the max penalty, at least for now. Shoot, you can't buy family health care coverage anywhere for $2,000. You might as well break the law and just deal with the IRS. What the heck? And then if you need insurance, it's a guarantee issue with no pre-existing condition. Just buy it. You know, it's like having a car, run into a tree, call up the insurance company, and I broke my car, I need insurance today. It's irresponsible. Okay? But that's what is allowed under this law by this strange ruling. So Leon Moe is a Vietnam vet. He's a good friend of mine, common sense guy. He says, what do we do with the Supreme Court when it acts unconstitutionally? Well, we're kind of in that situation. If you really believe in the Constitution, you got to ask yourself this question. What is $211 trillion? Dr. Larry Kotlikoff said, that's all the promises made for by spending obligations of the United States right now. We got to fix it. The only way to fix it right now, oh, do I have your attention, by the way, is this one. You can enforce the Constitution. You still can. And you enforce the Constitution constitutionally by electing the right people. You know, it sounds oversimple, but it's absolutely true. You elect the right people to the legislature, and you elect the right people to Congress, and you will get better laws. It takes a long time to turn this thing around. Don't expect it overnight. Some of it, you will not be alive when this ends. I mean, when this turns around. You might be alive when it ends, if we go the wrong way. This is why I think this election is the most critical in the history of our nation. Now, I talked to you tonight about the Affordable Care Act, about an act to try to federalize health care under the rubric of more control at the federal level, with the idea that somehow the federal government can force down the cost of health care and subsidize it with unending tax income, and we'll get through this. That's a lie. It isn't going to happen. Unless we attack Medicare, unless we attack Medicaid, unless we attack the entitlement mentality, it is not going to happen. We will not be able to sustain our economic future. That's how serious this is. That's why I'm out here instead of being home watching the Twins lose or something exciting like that. Are they playing tonight? Anyway, and so that's what I came to share with you tonight, a message of encouragement and reality. You know, reality is we're in trouble. The encouragement is we still have freedom. We can still engage. We can still get Paul Sandman elected, and this gentleman whose name I forgot. Travis. What? Remke. I think they're good guys. I haven't talked to them yet.
We are.
Okay, they're good guys. And I understand there's some football player around here somewhere, but he wasn't here tonight. You know, grill them. Find out if they really believe this stuff. And if they do, man, go to work for them. I wish that I'd have had a room full like this when I started my campaigns. Then I might have won. I don't know if that's good or not, but yes, sir.
How do you elect the right people when there's more people in the cart than pulling it?
That's an interesting, I actually have a graphic like that. We have a picture of a wagon with 3 people trying to pull a wagon of 7. It's hard. Elections are won by people who show up. And so the really key thing is everybody that you know that believes the way you do, make sure they vote, that they vote for people and that they're informed. That's all you can really do. Yes, sir.
Have you read a report by Marshall Blackburn, representative from the Tennessee, that showed how Obamacare actually got passed? So getting back to what you're saying, how can you get the right people in to repeal this when you got the AMA, American Hospital Association, American Health Insurance Association, and even the Blue Cross Association and Pharma, they all came to the trough to lobby their own interest in this thing.
Yep.
And they threw money into funds to get rid of those people that were against the bill and try and resell it. So how can a candidate come in and expect to get this repealed? I mean, we just seen it the other day in the newspaper. Senator Conrad met with the people from the Hospital Association.
Plus our endorsed.
Yeah, you know, and so here you are. You're against these organizations that's supposed to be free institutions, but working against the people that they say they really want to help. You know, it's going to be a tough battle.
And the organizations that you mentioned have their own agendas with their own purposes. The American Medical Association makes $72 million a year renting out the CPT codes that Medicare uses to bill, to reimburse doctors. Pharma, obviously, you know, you can go down, they all have their vested interests. How you beat them is there's more of us than there is of them. I don't know any other way, you know.
When I read that report, it was scary as heck.
I'm going to tell you that, however you feel about her, put 8 Michelle Bachmans in Minnesota. We got a chance, you know, in North Dakota, South Dakota. Who are some other names I might throw
Lady
there?
Liburd.
Yeah. I mean,
Kennedy.
there are, I know people, I have great faith in Paul Ryan. I know he hasn't voted perfectly on everything, but man, this guy has got his act together trying to be realistic with some answers. There's still more of us than there is of them. There is. We just don't have all the money and the people in D.C. to lobby for us.
30 seconds?
Sure.
Yeah, I wrote a book, Threefold Plan to Save America, and basically I talk about how it's amazing what one person can do. I had a bus tour to Washington. There's 50 people on the bus. I said, how many people do you know in your family, your church, where you work, where you go hunting, where you go fishing, where you get your hair cut? How many people will listen to you if you really care about something? And they wrote down in this one little bus 4,700 unique connections in their collective networks. John Thune beat Tom Daschle's $16 million in South Dakota by 4,000 votes. Senator Franken in Minnesota won by 300 votes. You never know when you're going to have this election's going to be close. There's people in this room, if you guys go door to door, you could lip drop Moorhead in 3 hours. You and your kids. It's unbelievable what a motivated group of people can do. And just that you're here tonight, look around. You wouldn't have had a gathering like this even 3-4 years ago.
Oh, heavens.
We're waking up, folks. And there you got Scott Hennon back there that wrote a masterpiece called Grassroots about the Tea Party movement. It's waking up too.
Mark and I used to do Declaration and Constitution meetings. One day we went out, should I tell them?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 people showed up in a room like this. It was really exciting. I also got to speak at Fresno State University, by the way, about healthcare reform. A 400-seat auditorium with 2 people in it. It's quite humbling. So I'm very encouraged.
We used to meet in the phone booth.
I'm a really lousy salesman, but I want you to know that I did bring some books, and I'll tell you what they are briefly, then I'd be happy to take your questions. We didn't bring our big healthcare book. We brought our little ones. Facts Not Fiction is kind of like the USA Today version of our big book, our Your Health Matters book. This is, I think, $2. This tells you all the facts about, like, uninsured and infant mortality and things like that we get thrown at us.
Really good stuff.
This book is called Why Healthcare Costs So Much, The Solution Consumers. It teaches you how to be a consumer of healthcare. This book we wrote while the Affordable Care Act was being written. It's called Why Healthcare Costs So Much, Government's Real Role. And we do offer real prescriptions in there. This book I published a year ago is called Comprehensive Healthcare Redesign, 25 Keys to Redesign U.S. Healthcare. This is actually a master's thesis. I went back to school at 59 and earned my master's degree, and I want to get my doctorate. So buy my books. No, this book is called American Christians in Government. I wrote this, oh my gosh, look at that picture, in 1998. Buy it just for the picture, it's worth it. This is actually from a sermon I preached on Romans 13 about our responsibility to government. And let's see what else. Oh, the big ideas. These are a little book about ideas that built America, and I have Mark's book, The Threefold Plan, and I forgot America's Creed. So those are all available and they're cheap.